Island lawmakers and education leaders are sounding the alarm over the Trump administration's plans to eliminate the U.S. Department of Education.
Hannah Cotter was at a news conference those officials held earlier today. She tells us what they say could be the impacts. Here, Hannah.
During her confirmation hearing last week, President Trump's pick for Education Secretary Linda McMahon said even if the Trump administration eliminates the department itself, schools can still receive federal dollars. But local lawmakers say they don't trust the administration on this issue, and educational leaders say it's been all chaos and confusion.
I am really all for the president's mission, which is to return education to the states.
President Trump's education secretary nominee Linda McMahon in the hot seat last week on Capitol Hill as the president considers dismantling the Department of Education.
I'd like it to be closed immediately.
On Monday, local lawmakers and education officials raised concerns about what that would mean for Rhode Island students, teachers, and families.
Well, President Trump and the Republicans in Congress have declared war on public education.
This impacts all of our school districts.
Rhode Island Education Commissioner Angelica Infante-Green says roughly 15% of the state's education budget comes from the feds, or about $275 million. That money provides funding for low-income school districts, students with disabilities, and CTE programs, among other things.
There's a lot of chaos and confusion. We don't know what these broad orders mean, the directives coming from Washington. What does that mean? But we sit and we huddle every single day to try to make sense of the confusion that we feel.
On Friday, Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency posted on social media a note that the Department of Education had sent out to every state, threatening to revoke federal funding for public schools and universities unless they remove diversity, equity, and inclusion programming within the next 2 weeks. The notice says, quote, "The department will vigorously enforce the law on equal terms as to all preschool, elementary, secondary, and post-secondary educational institutions, as well as state educational agencies that receive financial assistance." Infante-Green says state and local leaders are still trying to figure out what that means, saying the DEI umbrella could be broad enough to include, for example, mental health. Reporting tonight in Providence, I'm Hannah Cotter, 12 News.